Hello readers of Screw the Manual, welcome to our first review podcast, and today we're going to be doing Deus Ex Human Revolution. Before we begin, I just want to start off a bit on what the Deus Ex series has always been about, because I'm pretty much tosses about it, so here we go. Well, first of all, Deus Ex has always kind of prided itself on being a game kind of about choices, and being able to choose how you play, what you do, whether you want to go in guns blazing, painting the walls with people's blood, or whether you want to go in this little stealthy C-Team Fortress 2 spy. Also, it's usually about government conspiracies and controls and everything Alex Jones blabs on about. So, we're just going to get straight to it. Is Deus Ex Human Revolution a good game? Me, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Mikey?
I didn't have a very good experience with it. I didn't enjoy it, and I haven't completed it yet. I played it for about 15 or so hours and just got a bit fed up of it. And I had to stop, unfortunately.
Oh, this is going to be fun. So, I guess we can start off a bit on the story. Right, Deus Ex is basically predicts a future in which human augmentation has started to enter modern society. You now are able to replace your limbs, your eyes, you can implant data chips into your head that improve your social status and things like that. And Adam Jensen is the protagonist of the game, and he's caught in a conspiracy between several corporations who manufacture these augmentations. Let's just start with the story and then we'll just keep rolling from there. I personally found the whole thing really interesting, and I've always just kind of like commentated on human augmentation, how we all see technology, and really a lot of stuff. I think it's a really bloody smart story, and the characters are all interesting, especially the techie support guy who I kind of relate to in a lot of ways. So yeah, generally I thought it was really interesting, pretty cool.
I enjoyed the story, yeah, quite a bit. But I stopped following it after like 10 hours or so because I just lost interest in the game, and the gameplay wasn't fun to me, so I lost interest in the story. I wasn't interested anymore, and it was just a chore to playing it. I just wanted to get it done with.
How come? I thought it was pretty decent gameplay. Stuck true to the original. It was pretty allowed you to approach everything your own way. You could run in killing, you could run in stealthy, your choice.
Well, I died over and over and over and over. I had no ammo for the majority of the game. I was running around and, oh my god, dead body, must loot it. And 3 bullets, glorious. And another dead body, must loot it, 1 whole bullet. That's fantastic. And it's just, must manage inventory, must get next bullet, So that's one of the reasons why I kept dying, because I had no bloody ammo.
There were several, there's loads of dealers in the game, you can buy loads of ammo, but I do admit it is pretty annoying when you're fighting people who've been spraying about 10 billion bullets and then you loot them and you have like 2 bullets left, so I do agree the ammo situation was a bit shit.
I went to all the dealers and I would buy all the ammo they had, halfway through a mission, run out, like back to square one, sort of, right, now what do I do? And back to scavenging all the ammo of like one by one.
It wasn't really that much of an issue for me, I'll admit, because I did a stealth playthrough, but it did get to become an issue at one stage in the game where there were boss fights, and dear God, I can't describe how difficult it was when you've got a tranquilizer dart and you're against a guy with miniguns attached to his arm. Ugh.
I played on casual because I'm a total noob, obviously, and the boss fights were the easiest part of the game for me. It was when I was getting barraged by 4 or 5 guys, I had real problems of dying over and over. The boss fights let me focus on one guy and just simple. And I preferred the boss fights. They weren't that challenging, especially on casual, but I enjoyed the boss fights. It's the one of the saving graces of the game.
Yeah, that's because you were just doing a total combat approach. What about someone who's invested all his points into stealth and, pigeon shooting? So what the hell's he supposed to do? He's inexperienced with any combat, or he hasn't got any weapons.
You're supposed to play the game differently.
Yeah, but it just destroys the whole point of Deus Ex, because it's supposed to be you do it how you want to. So, I don't know, I just thought the boss fights fucked up the whole thing.
I don't like stealthy gameplay in any game. I've never liked stealth. I like the run in, charge in, Vanguard in Mass Effect to just charge in, shotgun. Warrior, Paladin, World of Warcraft, charge in, melee. Any game, I've got to be right up there in the front lines, tearing shit up. I can't stand stealth. It's just weak and boring. I don't want to tiptoe around the enemies. I want to fuck their shit up and just rip their heads off. I don't want to have to be careful about who I'm killing. Like gameplay, I just want to destroy and obliterate.
Yeah, but you get loads of chances to do that in the game. Like I played 2 playthroughs. I did stealth and an action. I thought the action was friggin' awesome. Yeah, there's the lack of ammo is a bit annoying, but you do get like the orgs, like the Typhoon org, which I think lets you send out bombs from your ass or something, which was absolutely fun as hell. And several things where you can see through walls. There's assassination orgs where you can stab 2 people at the same time, which is almost orgasmic. I just thought the combat was really well done. Everything was.
Maybe I'm just a terrible player, but I honestly, on some of the levels, I was that ammo starved and just that frustrated. I remember one of them. I've just gone into this building of some sort, got to the top. Now I had to escape, and there were enemies everywhere. And there was like 10 or so coming up this room, patrolling, looking for me. I honestly just ran. I didn't bother fighting them. I was like, this is going to take too long, too much effort. I'm going to die over and over. I'm going to sprint to the opposite end of the room, run away, get down the elevator. And I did it, and that worked far better than trying to kill them. And it was much more enjoyable because I didn't spend half an hour there dying, and I got to the next bit, and it's... And that's what I like in the game. I don't want to be stuck on... I like challenges, but I don't like challenges that are going to keep me there for ages. I like challenges... I like a challenging boss fight or a puzzle. I don't want to be killing trash enemies, like little nothing enemies, over and over and over. It takes freaking forever. Especially with no ammo. All the ammo is gone. No ammo at all. Why no ammo?
They found out the reason they actually gave you little ammo was because they wanted you to try and focus on using other situations when in combat. So if you do just run in all the time, just shooting and killing, then yeah, you are going to run out of ammo and you're going to be fucked. But if you do try and tactically choose who you're killing and just go by, then apparently you find yourself doing a lot better in the game. I suppose if it didn't cater to your playstyle, then it did fail in that aspect.
That doesn't make a good RPG, though. Having you're far better if you play this playstyle. An RPG style game, you're supposed to be able to play how you want to play. That's the point of having the augments or augmentations or talent systems or what have you. Is you can choose your playstyle and you can make yourself stronger in one aspect. Being forced and pigeonholed down, be stealthy and have to use sneak attacks or all that. That does not make for a good game because it just, well, it makes for a good stealth game. It does not make for a good RPG.
Yeah, but in most games, even with the Mass Effect game, like you have to say you've got to kill people to complete the game. You don't have a choice. But the reason Deus Ex has to incorporate all this is because the whole point of these games is you can do things how you want to play it. So the game let you choose who you want to kill. Like, there's an achievement on the Xbox Live thing where you could go through the entire game without killing a single person. Like, you name one other game where you can go through it and kill kill nobody, except for maybe the Thief or the Deus Ex series. It's crazy. I kind of like that in a game, and if you have to sacrifice some playstyles, then so be it, but I genuinely thought that was a good idea on their part. And you don't see a lot of these games usually coming out, well, ever.
I think you would have had a job not killing anyone. You would have to be very stealthy. That's one hell of an achievement. It's just that's not fun though for me. I run around for it. I enjoy the running around and the talking to people and investigation and any RPG sort of thing. But after 20 minutes, half an hour of that, I get a real itch to like, okay, I want to actually have some action now. I don't want to be running around anymore. I don't want to be a messenger boy. I want to actually kill something. And that would be the most boring game for me in the world, that you just don't kill anything the whole time. Especially considering the very limited like chat options and choices. There's only like 5 or 6 in the entire game. It felt like it was only 5 or 6, and they really had no sort of consequences to them at all. Mass Effect may have been a bit crappy as well, but at least it gave you the feeling that you were actually choosing what you want to say to people. And
were you in the bit in the police station when you were talking to that security guard?
I was.
Okay, for anyone who's listening to this, you might want to skip ahead 1 minute because I'm about to unleash some spoilers here. But later on in the game, after you talk to the security guard, he'll come back to you, depending on what you actually did. So apparently if you let you into the morgue, then he'll lose his job because of that. So he comes up to you screaming later on in the game, like 11 hours later. And I saw loads of instances like that in the game where your conversations change things. Like I saw at the very first mission, I saw people who I'd saved, they always came back to me, and there's just loads of these points in the game. Like, it wasn't just the big social battles like the one you have with various people in the game, like you mentioned. But there's just loads of points where conversations had impact.
Yeah, I remember the police officer lost his job. That I thought was, oh, that's kind of neat. I remember, well, I'm the cause of that. It sucks to be him. But that's the only instance in the entire game that I actually, from memory, can think of. Oh wow, that sort of that choice made an impact, because I can't actually remember. I can only remember very, very few conversations where I actually had any choice of what I was saying. Majority of them seems to be just watching two people talk endlessly. It's just a bit frustrating, because I'm like, I want to jump in on this. I want to have an opinion on this. I don't want to just be a bystander in this game. I want to play the character.
There's parts where you can't even get certain parts of information. You miss out on missions if you say the wrong things to people. And I think there's a social augmentation you can get, which allows you to actually analyze people's body types, their temperature, so you can see how what you're saying is reacting to these people, which is all really cool. So I have to disagree on all that. I really thought the social part of the game was brilliant.
That's definitely something we disagree on then. Right, should we move on to another point then?
Oh, of course, the art style. Yeah, there's this whole visually golden thing that's going on with the game, and it's quite interesting, I thought, and I like the whole how the way the conspiracies kind of fit into this whole theme that it had. But what do you think of the graphics and art style? How did it play? Did it ever crash? Did it feel all right?
The graphics I thought were pretty decent, considering my PC's a piece of crap. I like the art style. It was nice sort of. Yeah, it was a nice style. The only performance issue I can complain about is the loading times are really long. But that I know for a fact that's because I didn't get the patch, and that's supposed to speed it up by around 50% on some computers. So that probably would have helped a lot. I should have patched it. And the other issue is the saves. I could only have 30 saves, but that was also because I didn't patch the game. But the art style and the graphics, they were pretty freaking awesome, like freaking Tiger Blood.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the graphics, and I was playing the Xbox 360 version, but even for that, it was pretty damn good. But I have to complain that you do get the frame rate issues of consoles, but my god, the facial animations at some part were so bad. It wasn't too bad when it was the big conversations, because they put a lot of effort into making them look really good, but with some of them, it looked like some guy had got a puppet string, and they were flapping their mouths in time with the dialogue. It just looks so stupid. I just couldn't take any of it seriously.
Yeah, I see a lot of people complaining that, games, it's a console port, it's tacky, it's cheap, and it's like... PC version was actually, I thought it was, as a game, it was really well done. It was a well done game, but I'm not addicted to it, like crack, like all these other crazy motherfuckers are. People treat it like it's digital cocaine or something. It's nothing. I just didn't find it anything special.
Well, I think we've about covered it there. So, your final conclusion to the game, what do you think?
I wouldn't say it's epic winning like all these other people seem to think it is, and they'll get a spaz attack over, oh my god, Deus Ex, it's fantastic. I thought it was a solid game. I didn't enjoy the combat. The story was decent, graphics were good. Yeah, it's hard, I'd say 5 out of... people are going to kill me for this, but 5 out of 10. Feel a bit cheated out of my money. Would have rather bought a poodle or anything, to be honest, than the game. How about you? What was your final thoughts?
My final thoughts were, I'll put it this way, if you like games that offer you a lot of choice and variety, and you just want to experience something new, you could seriously do a hell of a lot worse than Deus Ex. So I'd recommend it strongly. It's a really good game, apart from some boss fights and some ammo issues, and a bit of frame rate trouble on the consoles. It's pretty freaking good, so I give it a 9 out of 10. Really good.
Fair enough.
Alright, there we go. We didn't argue that bad.
I know, I would have thought we would have been at each other's throat.
See piracy video for reference.
Well, thank you all for listening. If you liked this video, please subscribe on YouTube, or visit screwdemanual.wordpress.com, where we've got all sorts of wonderful things at Charlie Sheen and alligators.
Alright, well, thank you all for listening, and peace out.